Kyle Bratch from Chaparral Motorsports here at the FMF Headquarters here with Donny Jr. We're going to go ahead and talk a little bit about exhaust pipes, about riding off-road and what makes FMF an amazing part of that process. And then we're going to take you down into the facility and show you how an FMF pipe is made. Super excited. Thanks for having us.
Thanks for being here. We've been a part of Chaparral for probably over 30 years, so it's important to have you guys down here and check out our facility for all the viewers and see how we make everything right here in-house.
So Chaparral has been around since the early 80s, and you guys are just hitting, what, your 40th year anniversary this year, right?
45th, actually, 45th. Yeah. Actually, yeah. We were 1973. My dad, Donny Emler, started the company in his garage right here in Hawthorne, California. Our roots are still here in the South Bay, LA area, and we love riding. And that's why we're here and why we're still in business. That's
pretty sick. So there's a difference between a race company who only produces stuff for the track and then a company like FMF who's really an outdoor enthusiast company. I mean, a lot of your stuff is for the woods guys, for the mountain guys. So can you explain a little bit about, your direction currently and kind of what you see as far as the future goes?
Yeah, I mean, since the beginning, it's always been about racing and riding dirt bikes and having fun. But the great thing about a dirt bike is you can ride them in so many different facets, right? From off-road riding to the high desert to the woods, or your local motocross track. And we're still striving today to cover all those areas because there's a lot of different motorcycles from 2 strokes to 4 strokes that can do both. And it's a family sport at the end of the day, and that's what we love about it. We love to be able to go camping and riding with your friends and family, and we really want to make that impact for our brand. We're not just a racing focus only motorcycle brand. It's definitely been a huge part of what's helped us grow over the 45 years is racing, and why we make such great performances because we want to be able to go racing and then the guys to be able to feel the power. But we also don't just focus on racing. Like I said, we just love riding, and it's the passion I think that we share with the end consumer that just loves to go out and rip in the desert.
So we all know that our motorcycles come from the factory a bit restricted, if you will. How does an exhaust pipe help the motor do what it needs to do?
So back in 1973, Big D saw the need for hop-up, for the aftermarket accessory market. Bikes came a little bit restricted, maybe a little bit heavy, and still to this day, I mean, it's one of the #1 things that people take off when they get their new bike. We really focus on, obviously, #1, performance, #2, the look. We tend to have a better look than a stock OEM pipe, and then weight would be a huge factor as well. And I think #1, besides performance, would be sound. The tone that you hear when it comes out of the machine, not making something that's too raspy. It sounds pretty easy, but there is a kind of a fine-tuned science behind it, and we want to make sure that we're also meeting all the sound requirements for whether you're riding off-road and having to pass sound to go ride. We want to make sure that when you pull up to a motocross track or to an off-road facility, you're not going to have any issues getting in, and also being below that sound limit, and really working with land use to keep our riding lands open.
And that's something I really want to focus on. Is FMF has done a really, really good job at creating pipes that not only function perfectly, but they also allow you to continue to ride in the spaces you go to. I know a lot of the guys that I ride with have chosen other pipes at times. We get to the riding areas, they pull that decibel meter out, and dude, you're not riding today. Whereas if they've got a Q4 FMF pipe, boom, done, you're ready to race.
And I think that's something that you're going to see more in the future. I mean, in order to keep our riding lands open, there's going to need to be more of a restriction on people going riding with loud mufflers. It's with the 4 strokes, people don't understand the sound carries so much further than a 2-stroke. Making sure that you have a spark arrestor, which all of our exhausts come with a spark arrestor, and then also being able to meet that sound requirement, being way under the actual sound limit. We're the only exhaust company that actually offers a Q4 muffler, which is a quiet-based exhaust. So we're not just saying, hey, buy this expensive race muffler, stick an insert into it, and you can try to get down to your required dB. We're actually offering a muffler it's off the shelf. You're going to be very quiet, and the performance is still going to be there. So we really strive, like I said, to be an off-road and be part of the community.
That's super exciting. So back about 40 years ago when you guys started, 2-stroke was really the thing. Now we got 4 strokes. What percentage of the business is 2-stroke versus 4-stroke these days?
The great thing is that the 4 strokes did come and take over and kind of put the 2 strokes almost out of business. But you have companies like KTM and Husqvarna, Yamaha still producing 2 strokes, Gas, Beta, a lot of European brands. So it's great. It's kind of made a little bit of a resurgence for sure, and you'll see any of the hard enduro guys or a lot of the national enduro guys, they're all riding two-strokes.
Super cool.
They're easy to work on. They're a blast to ride. They sound great, and they're a little bit friendlier for the end consumer, I think. But the four-stroke markets, it is something that we obviously cater to. I mean, we have to. It's the big proponent of off-road riding now. I would say probably about 70% of our business is four-stroke and 30% is still two-strokes, which is great because we still love and enjoy producing two-stroke exhaust. It's a little bit easier to produce them versus a four-stroke.
Really?
A little bit harder to fine-tune them to get them to work right. So the initial upfront R&D time is longer on a two-stroke, but once you nail that in, a lot easier to produce.
So as far as the four-strokes coming in and taking over, what are some of your best-selling pipes?
We work really closely with KTM and Husqvarna, so I would say, that's, the number one. They make such a great range of bikes from, all the way from the 50 all the way up to, the 950 adventure bikes, 1190s. So, that would be an easy one to say, but, really we focus on trying to, remain stable in all the different brands. We really like to, sponsor teams that are on different brands. So we have some Honda off-road guys. We have some Yamaha Pro Supercross guys. So, you don't want to get stuck just working with one type of OEM. So we really try to do a great job at working with them all.
Sweet. So as for exhaust pipes go, they flow air. What makes an FMF pipe better than your competitors, per se?
Well, I mean, obviously, first and foremost, it's made right here. So as a consumer, you know that when you purchase an FMF pipe, it came directly from our manufacturing facility right here in Southern California.
So cool.
We really control all the quality. That's, I would say, the greatest thing about us besides, definitely focusing on performance. We do sponsor so many different programs from pro supercross teams to the off-road program. So we're getting a really good feedback from all the different pro riders on what works. So before they even go to market, we're making sure our pipes have been tested, quality, durability, sound, performance, and weight.
All right, Donnie, so on the way up here, we walked past some huge rolls of titanium, ginormous rolls of metal. How much does one of those weigh?
It varies. Some of the steel weighs about almost 8,000 pounds, so about as much as or more than a Tundra.
Crazy.
So we're gonna go ahead and take you back there. We're gonna show you how we make everything right here in house. We're gonna start off with the raw materials, kind of show you how it comes in here at FMF, and then what goes right back out the other side, which is a finished product.
So crazy. So when you're buying an FMF exhaust pipe, you're getting something made exclusively here in the USA and touched by lots and lots of different people. Literally. Man, these things could cost a lot more than a couple $100 we're paying for them.
We try to have a very price conscious at the end of the day. It's an expensive sport. These things can get expensive, but we're still trying to be price conscious.
Super cool. I'm stoked to go down and take a look and see how things are made. Why don't you guys come with us and let's get up and go take a look.
Check it out.
Super exciting. We just got done walking through the packaged product of FMF here. Now, Donnie, we're going to go behind this wall. What do we have back behind it?
Well, it's going to be pretty cool. Just to give you a little heads up, warning, American-made horsepower is right behind this door, so let's go check that out.
Let's do it. So here we are down where it all begins at FMF. We have a solid roll of metal here. Now, what metal is this?
This is steel, so what we're going to do here is we're going to take this steel, we're going to put it on a roller, we're going to shear it down to size, make a bunch of different sizes like this, and then we're going to show you guys how we make two-stroke pipes.
Super cool. Now back behind us over here is a roll of steel as well coming through this machine. Now that machine takes that flat piece of metal and actually rolls it into a piece of pipe. It's pretty cool.
It does. We have a machine here that takes titanium and rolls into our own titanium tubing. That way we're always consistent on our material. We buy the same material in all different sizes, and we're the ones that actually roll it. We don't have to purchase different sizing from different vendors, so it's just another way that we're always consistent and the quality's always there.
Dude, epic. Let's go take a look. Dude, the smell of raw materials and American-made stuff is absolutely fantastic. So upstairs you talked about how you guys make all of your own tooling and jigs here in-house. That looks like what we have behind you. Can you explain a little bit about what we're seeing?
Yeah, so instead of sending our CAD drawings for new products or new tools that we're making to end up making the final goods, we don't send that out to a tool and die shop. We actually design it here, we produce all of our own tooling here, so it just saves us that extra step, and we really keep the quality, the time. We want to make sure we're first to market, so when the bikes roll off the dealer floors, the consumer can pick up the pipe right from Chaparral's counter.
Dude, it's incredible. So all of the straps, hardware, everything that you would need from a raw material point to the end product is here, but also all of the tools and dies that are necessary to bend and weld, and that's so crazy.
Yeah, so just to kind of give you the consumer or the viewers just kind of a little bit of an idea of the only thing that on a 4-stroke muffler that isn't produced right here is a screw and a couple rivets. So pretty fantastic.
That's it, FMF, made in-house. So here we have several examples of the individual unique items that are made here at FMF. Tell us a little more about the process here, Donnie.
There's a lot of different processes, but here we have a little strap bracket for a muffler. And so I just kind of want to show the viewers, the small intricate pieces that a lot of people don't even see that we produce here in-house as well. Like I mentioned earlier, the only thing that we don't make is a rivet and some screws.
Dude, all the raw material comes in, is cut down, and purposed for specific pieces. Amazing. Love it. Walking through FMF with the sound of Brap in the background. All right, here we are in front of some end caps. What do we have going on here?
So one of the reasons why 4-strokes are a little bit more of an expensive product is there's a lot more processes that go into it. Here, for example, I've got a titanium end cap. It has to go through 5 different stamping processes just to have a finished part to be able to put on to the rest of the muffler. So here's step 1. Basically, we've taken a flat sheet of titanium. We've put it in one of our presses. We've stamped it out. The next step would be shearing off the edge. So you got 2 steps, and we still don't even have an outlet hole or holes on the side to actually assemble this product yet. So what you see here is there's been four processes here that have been done. There's one more to finalize this thing. We can go buff it up, make it shiny, and it's finally ready for assembly. And that's just one piece we're talking about. So there's a lot of pieces on a 4-stroke muffler, a header, mid-pipe, and so that's one of the reasons why you'll see the prices of 4-stroke product be a little bit more expensive than an average 2-stroke pipe.
There you go. Again, the amount of handling that happens for every pipe is absolutely fantastic. It's crazy.
Built by hand.
So, Donnie, this is the intricate part of a 4-stroke exhaust these days, almost like the expansion chamber that we saw on the 2-strokes back in the olden days. Can you explain a little bit about this and kind of what makes it so amazing?
So this is one of our biggest products. This is the FMF Mega Bomb header. This piece right here is titanium. We also offer it in stainless steel. We were actually the first to market with what's called a resonance chamber in the head system. This is a patented item by FMF. You'll see this on a lot of different OEM motorcycles. They come off the showroom floor with some type of resonance chamber. We've worked really hard at continuing to always develop. This helps with sound, performance, and so it's something really special for us because, once again, we were first to market and we were really staking our claim on what the Mega Bomb's all about.
Super cool. So, Donnie, thus far we've seen some welding, some bending, some stamping, all kinds of massaging of metal, if you will. What do we have here in these final bays? What are we seeing?
Basically the final step. We've assembled the muffler. All the pieces have come together. And now we're just giving them a final clean, quality control look over and putting that world famous FMF red and yellow sticker on it and into a box and right over the parts counter at Chaparral.
Hey, pro tip for all you out there installing your own exhaust pipes, make sure you wipe off the fingerprints before you start it up. So you don't get one of those fingerprints permanently etched into the outside of your pipe. All right, now we're coming down to where the 2-stroke pipes are being made. So what do we have going on here?
Well, so we've cut down we've sheared out the steel off of those big coils like I showed you. We've stamped in the FMF logo. Here's the Gold Series gnarly pipe. Next thing you know, we're gonna go put it right here in this press. And this is the first step of making a 2-stroke pipe right here.
Dude, that's super clean.
So we're gonna have 2 halves basically. And this is one of the many steps of making a 2-stroke pipe.
So Donnie, here it looks like we're standing in front of a bunch of 2-stroke pipes that only look like half a pipe at the moment.
They are half a pipe, but this is actually everything you're going to need to make a bunch of KTM pipes right now. So basically, you saw them being stamped out. We've cut the edges off. Right behind me, we're going to go see how they are hand welded, hand pounded, and basically, like we said, handmade in America.
Dude, so cool. Let's go take a look.
So, I guess as you can see from here at this this standpoint, you can see a lot of two-stroke stampings. Some that have been the edges trimmed off already, some that haven't. But two-strokes are alive and well, and you can see that we're still producing a lot of them here at FMF.
Make America two-stroke again.
I like that. Yeah. Wrap.
So I see this guy's tacking these together here. The next station, it looks like he's doing the solid full weld. What are the differences between the two steps of the process?
Yeah, this is basically just to get them set up and ready so the guys can finish completing the acetylene welds. From there, they'll be cut. So before it kind of looked like this. Now we've cut it, and basically now it's going to go to a jig to make sure the fit is 100% perfect. And you can see they've taken it now and rotated it, and now you're starting to take shape more of what a two-stroke pipe would look like on a KTM 250. That's another thing with FMF is when you purchase something, you can be assured that it's going to fit 100% perfectly right onto the bike without any issues. You know, everything we do here, we got to be really efficient. Try to get stuff done as quick as possible, but still maintain our image and our quality. That's key and number one for us.
So over here, it looks like we've taken a single piece of pipe and made it 3 different sizes. How's that work?
Well, yes, we can expand the metal on whatever we're working with, or we can compress it down to a certain size. This is the actual stinger for the two-stroke pipe. We're expanding a little bit to get a good fit, and it's just one of the other processes that we have to do here to get everything ready.
So this here looks like an interesting process. Looks like all the FMF pipes are baptized before they leave the shop.
Exactly, that's perfect scenario right there. Is after they're completely welded, we're putting them in a little bit of a bath and putting pressure to them, make sure there's no pinholes, no leaks. It's that FMF quality that people know. We make sparks fly here, but we also create horsepower and quality.
So over here, it looks like we have some pipes that have come back from plating. They're beautiful. So this is the only process you don't do here in-house, correct?
Yeah, so for the two-strokes, this is the only process we don't do in-house, is we don't nickel plate the pipes. Mainly more for an EPA issue. We're not really set up for that type of process. But nonetheless, we've inspected it, cleaned it, and it's now ready to go right into the warehouse. As you can see, it's raining behind us. So with that said, man, I got to go ride. The dirt's good. Let's go ride.
Let's do it. We're out of here. All right. Well, that was awesome, Donnie. That factory is absolutely out of control. Everything made here in the building, raw materials to final product to in the box, and then out the door to the end consumer. Absolutely amazing. And the fact that you can do it here in California, kudos to you.
Yeah, we appreciate you guys coming down, and obviously, been partners with Chaparral for a long time. And you guys have been carrying our product all the way back to when you guys were racing at the professional level, Supercross. We were a sponsor of the team, so just glad to have you guys here and keep on pumping the brand throughout your guys' dealership, and we appreciate that.
Kyle Bratcher from Chaparral Motorsports, Donnie from FMF Racing. Please like and subscribe to this video if you liked what you saw today, so you can see more stuff like this coming right into your inbox. Until next time, take care and ride safe.